Welcome back to Sweetwater Distilling. It's the 30th of December 2024. I've got a corn oat mash going here. It's been percolating away for just over a week now, and I was looking to popping the lid on New Year's Day, and seeing what I can make out of that. So I thought, well, what I might do, because there's a lot of hardware floating around inside there, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack it open and start separating the corn and the wheat and what have you from all the stuff. Now, just getting rid of my seal. I finally found some 100-mile-an-hour tape. That's 15-kilometre-hour tape from the dollar shop. Didn't cut the mustard. So and this worked really well. I must admit, this did slow down on the fermentation about 3 days ago. I noticed it was really running slow. So I had about a third of this product left, and I know it says rum yeast, but I am making a bourbon. Now this bourbon is a Moonshine Bourbon, and compliments of Stilling the Clear in the US. I quite like some of the product that they produce. So anyhow, I'm going to separate it, and then I'll run the part A through it for an hour or so, and whatever it says here, and then of course let it sit for a couple of days with part B in there, just to get all the heavy particles to the bottom. And on New Year's Day we're going to fire up the still. So let's crack a lack and see what happens. Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Get a gander of that. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. As much as I'd like to let it go, the nicer it's going to be. But the thing was my plan all along was going to crack this for New Year's Day. My brother's coming up from Sydney. I haven't seen him for about 3 years, so he's coming up for a couple of days. So about a week into the new year, so I'm sure that we'll have a dabble, as it were. So anyway, I'll see if I can start filtering some of this out. So anyway, I'll be back in a flash. Okay, got my trusty strainer here, so I'm just going to start straining out some of this hardware. Get rid of it. What I will do is I'll drop this into a bag, and I'll squeeze some juice out of this as well. Just get as much out of here as I can. Oh, look at it. Oh yeah, looks pretty nasty. But anyway, doesn't smell too bad actually. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just keep on going. Look, goddamn flies, hey? Two things they need to outlaw: flies kids under the age of 18, especially around here. Okay. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Yep. I think, yeah, so anyway, the recipe for this basically ran out, was cracked corn, 1 kilo of cracked corn I ran through here, 500 grams of oats, rolled oats, 3 kilos of raw sugar, and I bought the volume up to 17 litre for the bucket size. So I wasn't too particular in the amount of water that I was adding after I diluted the sugar. Yeah, so it's looking quite good. I'm not too sure what to do with that after I've squeezed the living daylights out of it. But I'm going to make sure I get every drop out of this. The Christmas rum that I made, I got it, I sort of kept it at about 70%. I'm quite partial to a strong alcohol. 70% I quite like, as I do like the taste and the burn, but it's got to taste good. I mean, like, you know, like I don't want to be, just move that around, I don't want to be chugging down, you know, petrol. But anyway, I'll keep on going with this, but I'm just going to dispatch that fly. Dispatched. Yeah, well, I hope so. I've had to open up the garage door. It's been another muggy day, overcast, but yeah, I've been working out in the garden, doing a bit of landscaping in our entertainment area out in the backyard, because of the direction of our property. Our backyard is facing north, and there's a forest right behind the back of my property. So very tall gum trees out the back and other crap, and the grass is not the best in my backyard, so I don't bother trying to salvage it. So I dug it all up, and I put a couple of tons of crusher dust down. That stuff that you get from the recycled concrete yards and stuff like that, crusher dust they call it, and put a couple of tons of that stuff down with my artificial grass, and I got a nice entertainment area outside, a fire pit, and my wife likes to call it the burn pile. I think some might understand what I'm talking about when it comes to that saying, due to a court case that just recently was held in the US. Somebody decided to do a bit of barbecuing with a member of the family. Anyway, we're still going here. Enough dribbly chit chat. Let's get into this. The level's gone down. I've really lost about 4 inches, about 100 mils of liquid, and the bucket is about half full. So I'm sure I'm going to get probably a litre or 2 out of there. But there's no way that I can. There's no way that I can use the siphon to get this out. I'd just be battling uphill trying to do that. So anyway, I just thought I'd just run this video. Some viewers might like to check out the process, you know, the hard labour. Like, to start with, when you're cooking up this stuff here, I didn't realise that when I was boiling the corn on my stove, I had to constantly stir it for 45 minutes. Like the guys in Still in the Clear said, you do not want to burn any of this heavy duty product, the corn or the wheat in your because I was using the still as a cook pot. I only have just the one stainless steel pot. I will eventually purchase a stainless steel pot specifically for cooking, but at the moment, like I've mentioned before, this is all on a budget. So the budget conscious, I should say, budget conscious people, and that's what my show's all about. Not getting too heavily in debt over making something that needs to be a hobby. You know, the old saying is that, you know, you don't want to create a hole that you're just going to keep on throwing money into and regretting it later. You know, it's like a gambler. You know, somebody comes home and says, "Oh, look, I won $500 on the pokies last night." Yeah. How much did you put in? Oh, 1,000. That doesn't matter. It's how much you got out, not how much you put in. And that's the thing. So anyway, I'm getting to the bottom. I'm starting to find it a little bit harder to get some of this heavy stuff out. It's going to be a bit of a thing. I might move this out of the way just for the moment. Around on there. I've got my bucket. I'm going to pour this liquid out into the bucket. And left that running. Okay, I'm going to shovel as much of this corn and what have you. I've put it back into the big bucket, so I've got a little bit of leverage. And I'm going to swing it over. There's got to be a better way, but I mean, like, I can figure that out later. Like I said, it's all about the learning. It's the adventure of it all. And I'm just going to tie this off a little bit, just so I get a little bit of grip. I hate to lose the bag in the porridge. And oh yeah. Excuse the sound effects. Here we go. Okay. I was a Boy Scout. Like I said, was. Am I going to undo that? Yep, I was a Boy Scout about 55 years ago, I suppose. 60, nearly 60 years ago. And I still remember how to make a granny knot. It's not bad, eh? Anyway, I'll get it off right in front of me all the time. Clamp. There you go. Jed clamp it. Did the job. That's holding that off the bottom of the bucket. about, well, almost. I think that need to come up a little. It's just touching the bottom, but I would like it to be sitting up a little bit higher than that. Pull that down there, get that around there. Clip that on there, but we might just take a bit of that pressure off there. Get down there, you little so and so. Oh yeah, much better. It's got a 4-inch 100mm gap, and just getting the squeeze out of that. Excuse all the banging, but that's a part of the thing. So I picked up probably a litre, I'd say, a litre. Back in there, and yeah, I'll get that up here. Got to make sure that when you're doing this sort of stuff, I know a lot of you are already aware of it. I don't want to tell you how to suck eggs, but make sure you clean up afterwards. Clean everything, not just your equipment, your work area. Clean it all up. Because you're going to get invaded by every bug from here to bloody Timbuktu that's going to want to come in here, and the smell of sugar and what have you. Like I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, probably, I don't know, maybe about 4 weeks ago, I cooked a pork roast in the oven, and I had the kitchen window open. It was a stinking hot day, and I got that pork roast going, and it was just like, oh, magic. The smell was beautiful, and I couldn't understand. There was like, open up the front door of the house, there was like 1 million flies in the front door. That wasn't even open. There were flies there. And the windows around the side of the house, down the side of the house where the kitchen is, like, there was flies everywhere. Outside the back door on the veranda. I'm going, no way, I've never had this happen before. I don't know, I suppose the beginning of summer and a beautiful pork roast, you know, I had flies coming from the interstate. But anyway, I quickly shut down all the windows, turned the AC on, and they hung around for hours, and it's still the next morning. They come out and they're all sitting on the walls. You know, it was like the movie The Birds, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. Varmints were everywhere. So I did a pork for Christmas Day for my wife and I for our Chrissy lunch. And well, I tell you what, this place was sealed up tighter than a nun's bum. So yeah, well, it was tight. So no flies. Anyway, we're down to here. So I'm just going to see if I can see if any floaters come up. It looks very clean as far as the corn and the oats are concerned. Oh yeah, that's yeah. I'm going to, before I put the clarifier in there, just for interest, I might just do a hydro on it and just, I don't know, have a little peek, see what we come up with, and get my sucker. Oh yeah. I can smell it. I can definitely smell it. This is going to be quite a nice drop for sure. I can just, you know how you got that. It's not a pungent smell like you would have with, you know, like something that's been hanging around too long. This has definitely got a sweet, almost alcohol smell to it. It's got a very alcohol smell to it. You can't not pick that. Just sit him down in there because that's all heading for the wash bucket shortly. Let's see how we go. I've got 300 mils in there, and let's stick the hydrometer in there and see what we come up with. We're coming up with, so it's going over to 1030. 1030. So it's up there, and it's up there with the beer, in the beer range. So it's not too bad. Look at that. Goddamn ant. What did I tell you? Hey? The pesky little varmints. They know your address. They're coming. Okay. Put him down in there. Don't want to break that. My bar supplies or product supplier. So that one of his biggest sales is, besides all the needs, are hydrometers and alcometers. he said, I'll go through a lot of them. I'll get a pallet of those things. He said they're good money. Anyway, cheers. I'm going to let that other bag drip for a few hours. Whatever I can get out of that, I'll drop into here. I'm going to, I don't want to put the clarifier in just yet because I still reckon that I can get a little bit more out of here. So the clarifier will go in, and as you're aware, you got your part A, and part A you stir in and leave for an hour, and then you come back and after an hour you put part B in there. It says leave for 24 hours, but I'm going to leave it to New Year's Day, and I'll crack it from there, so it should be easy to work with. So I'll come back shortly and just let you catch up with me on the clarification method. So I'll see you soon. Okay, welcome back. I didn't get much out of the corner note bag of mash that I was hoping to get a little bit out of it, just a couple of 100 mils. So I've put that bag into a sealed bucket, and I don't know, I might do something with that. I might run another smaller wash with that. See what happens. I've got some what I call Sweetwater, hint hint. I've got a couple of jars of Sweetwater that it's the tails that I've got left over from other little test runs and what have you. So I might add that to it, and I might you know, see if I can percolate something else out of that. You never know. I just don't think that it's ready to be wasted. Anyway, my little skull nip jar with my Christmas rum. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. 70%, but it's really smooth. Yum yum pig's bum. Anyway, part A. So we're just going to just put part A in here. Let's give it a bit of a triculation. sulfites. Well, there you go. I might have to read up on sulfites and find out what they actually do. You know, like I mentioned before, it's all a learning curve. I've got to learn everything I can. At my age, learning something new is keeping the brain active. I've unfortunately lost a lot of memory of technical things I used to do in my working career. A lot of the things I used to do was very technically involved, and I can't remember a lot of it anymore. So I don't know if I've got Alzheimer's disease or whatever the case may be. But this will keep me active, I'm sure. So anyway, I'll let that sit for an hour, and we'll be back, and then we'll put part B in there, and then tuck her away for a couple of days. So I'll be back shortly. Well, it's been about an hour and a half or so, ready to put part B into the mix, and then tuck it away for, well, it says 24 hours, but I'm sure that 48 hours won't hurt. Now, I'm just going to just wind that around ever so slightly. You don't want to be beating the crap out of it. Just leave that. Okay. We're going to lock it down. I'll lock it down with a lid that doesn't have the bubble in it. So just lock it down nice and tight, and ready to go. So anyway, yeah, I'll be back on New Year's Day, and we're going to be cooking with, well, I was going to say cooking with gas, but in my case, electricity. Anyway, thanks for hanging around, and yeah, drop me a line, let me know what you think of my videos. Like I said, I'm just starting out, and I'm having a bit of fun doing it, and I hope you're having a bit of fun watching my style, if you want to call it that, of video. So anyway, I hope everybody has a safe holiday, and leading up to the new year, and a safe New Year's Eve. Don't get too trashed, and I'll see you on New Year's Day, the 1st of the 1st, 2025. Stay frosty.